Welcome back. Welcome back to Young Tripp Reactions. Yeah. Insane. Absolutely insane. Such a damn shame.
You're watching Young Tripp Reactions, the show where rapper Young Tripp reacts to the latest videos on crime, drama, news, and so much more. Get ready, because the show's about to start. Let's go.
Peace. Welcome back to Young Tripp Reactions. The next video we're going to do is white women say that white men are jealous of black men. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. If you have any videos that you run across that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post it in my community tab or send it to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. If you have any situations involving police misconduct, injustice, violations of civil rights, involving you, a friend, or a loved one, send that to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Let me know about the civil rights attorneys involved, similar to Ben Crump or Ben Crump himself. Let me know about the activists that are involved, where I can join them as an activist myself in the fight for justice for you and your loved one. If it does involve a friend or a loved one, see if they want to come onto the channel and speak about their situation. If they don't want to come on and speak, then you as the friend or relative can come on and speak for them, or you guys can write a statement and I'll get that statement out along with pulling the public information. Make sure you come follow me over on my professional FB and my professional Instagram, because I post over there as well too. The links to the original video plus the my social medias accounts will be pinned at the top of the chat and at the top of the link in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family, and let's get into this.
The other thing I've been noticing a lot on my content is that I'm getting a lot of racist comments. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agree. Like, as a white woman living directly under a white man, you wonder why there's all these white women out here screaming and being Karens. It's because they're directly under the worst type of man, which is white men. I have never had my life threatened or attempted to be taken by anybody but a white man. And I've dated the rainbow. But yes, white men are terrifying. I agree. Will I ever remarry a white man or a man, period? No. But especially not a white man. No. Living under one directly for almost 3 decades is enough for me.
So I didn't realize prior to getting on social media that all women were the same from all cultures and all races. I didn't know it. And the reason that I say that is because in the same way that white men are dealing with white women and the vitriol and hate of them putting y'all all in the same bucket, right? They don't say the culture of white men. They don't say the majority of white men. They don't say the white men that we've dealt with. White women that have been married to white men and that still date and is, in this example, under the thumb of a white man, is basically saying that we hate the very men that we procreate with, that we have sex with, that we date, that is the father of our children. And the reason why we're so angry and evil and upset and feminist is because we don't like our men. And even though we continue to date them, they're terrifying. And so I thought that before, listening to you guys tell your truths, I thought it was just black women in most instances, not all, but in most instances that were dissing black men. But now I am aware that a lot of you guys are dealing with the same problems that we're dealing with, but I have to put it on your shoulders. The reason that I have to put it on your shoulders is because you guys have had power for longer than we've had power in our communities because of slavery and all that other stuff. And I'm not running in the Victim Olympics, but what I am saying is I believe that your ancestors would be turning over in their graves if they had seen the way that white women are talking about you guys. Not only would they be turning over in their graves, but they would be so disappointed at the fact that y'all women are basically leveraging you guys in order to make you the villain and then capitalize off of every other group. Well, what does that mean, Anton? It means this. Give me a little bit of rope. It means this. It means that white men largely are looked at as the poster child for what is wrong with America. Now, I tend to like America. I love America. The history, may be a little bit dark, but what country's history isn't dark? And then through all of that, we've arrived to where us having the freedoms that we have governed by our Constitution, interpreted by the Supreme Court, and then also on top of that, the lack of censorship, which we fought through that over the last few years, but that's always going to be a fight. Anything worth having is worth fighting for, right? But my point is that with all of the things that you guys have endured through and fought for and stolen, or whatever it is that people want to describe, I think the weakest generation of men in all cultures exist here, but you guys are the granddaddy of it because your women are the ones that leapfrogged into feminism first. Your women are the ones that started to take you to child support court first and go into family court and use that as leverage to destroy you. Your women were the first ones to really, really drive you guys overseas into finding passport chicks, but then passport bros kind of made it popular like they always do. But I guess all I'm saying is when you look at the feminist movement that was hijacking the civil rights movement and diversity, equity, and inclusion, and even their ability to be named as a minority because they are a woman and using black women to do so as opposed to children, you guys have completely lost your masculinity. Completely. They're online, they're bashing you, they don't care anything about you, they're talking negatively about y'all. And I'm just amazed at the amount of support that they get, almost from every culture, Asian, black women, so on and so forth. They are all in alignment to look at you guys as the poster children for what is wrong with America. And I just find it amazing.
I'm done.
A lot of the stuff that Anton said, made total sense. He didn't have to use the whole thing about trying to run in the Victim Olympics. You can speak about slavery. Slavery was a real thing. It was something that happened. It's no reason to try to downplay it because it wasn't downplaying when it was happening. Other than that, everything he said made sense. It was cool. Let's continue.
I wonder if anyone
all in alignment to look at you guys as the poster children for what is wrong with America. And I just find it amazing.
I'm done. I wonder if anyone else would admit, if you are a minority, that you had children with a Caucasian person so that your kids would have an easier life.
Dang. I mean, that could be a reason. I think a lot of reasons is too that people think that talking to somebody else different than what they are will just because they pick the wrong type of people. Not even, we're not talking about a person like me who has vision loss or something like that. I'm talking about, just any everyday person. oh, they picked the bad person that is of their background, and then or picked multiple different people that are no good of their background, and then they go and run to another, race or another minority, or even Caucasian. Again, just like the person is talking about, specifically Caucasian is what we're talking about. Um, you know, Part of it may be to try to give their kids a better life, and then part of it is, which is probably the bigger reason, is because they think that there's no good men within their own community or within their own culture and race, and so then they go and date somebody of another race or another background, because they believe that they will get treated better or whatever, or oh, I can go pick somebody that fits everything that I want of that particular race, which is, if it works out, it works out. That's great for them. But I just wanted to point that out. Let's continue.
And if you are a minority, that you had children with a Caucasian person so that your kids would have an easier life. And it's not so much, in my case, I'm from Northwest Indiana. There's a bunch of, I grew up with white people. You are a product of your environment, whether you believe so or not. So it's kind of like my preference, but I also did it so that my kids would have a better life. They'd have different last names, not as common, so that their features were more aligned with the Caucasian aesthetic.
I surprised my dad with a custom
Advertisement.
song, and his reaction was incredible. You must see this.
Do y'all act
Last names, not as common, so that their features were more aligned with the Caucasian aesthetic.
Do y'all actually believe that people have a better life or a different life if they are more white representing? And where does that?
A lot of people think that Anton doesn't understand that because he wants to believe based off of how he rock, and I'm not gonna get into that because he didn't get into it, but because of how he rock and how he sees life, and how claiming that he's never been profiled against, which I highly really doubt that, but he tries to ignore it, try to downplay slavery, like as you already kind of heard him trying to do that, because of who he rocks with and how he does certain things, trying to downplay it. But people know the truth. If your kid looks more of a different background than Black or Asian or Hispanic or anything like that, and has some Caucasian in them, that they may be looked at very, very differently. I mean, even when you go to places like the Philippines or talk to different people from these other countries and stuff, and Anton claims he's traveled a lot, if you go and talk to them, they will say that they prefer more of a Caucasian person than even dating somebody who's African American and stuff. Now, everybody doesn't think like that, but there is a lot of people, because I've talked to a lot of people from other countries. I've met a lot of people from other countries, a lot of women from other countries, even like me. So I know that. So it doesn't guarantee that they want somebody from that is Caucasian, but a lot of the times they try to go for that, even if that's not even what they really want, because they want their kid to have that white life experience, and not be profiled by the police, or anything like that. Let's continue.
Come from, right? People have a better life or a different life if they are more white representing. And where does that come from, right? Because I personally, nor have I ever wanted my daughter or any of my brothers or anything like that, never wanted to be a white man. And it's not that being white is a bad thing, because I judge people based off of the content of their character and not the color of their skin. It's not that being white is a bad thing, but it's like I just love being me. I love being me. I love being in my space. I love the life that I've cultivated for myself. I love the success I was able to achieve. I love the love that I get out and about when I walk around every single day. And I'm wondering, is there that much of an advantage for...
Yes, there is, Anton. But you don't want to see it because of who you want to rock with. And again, not trying to get into all that, but and how you know, cast certain things. And people may know what I'm talking about when I say that. I'm going to just say that. And with who you choose to rock with in that regard, and you trying to build a certain fantasy life that African American people, Asian people, and Mexican people are not treated differently than the Caucasian community. Let's continue. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. Let's continue.
Being white, about when I walk around every single day, and I'm wondering, is there that much of an advantage for being white or white representing outside of the slavery days, obviously, but into modern society? And as of the recording of this video, is there that much of a benefit to being white representing to where people are literally not having children out of love, not being intentional when it comes to the children that they have financially, but is only choosing to have children based off of being white? Because I know a lot of white poor people, especially here in Michigan up north. It's a lot of poor white people, man, everywhere. And it's poor people everywhere in the world. But there's a lot of poor white people too. And of course, a lot of it is because of the population, right? Because there's more of them, so there's going to be more homeless white people and things like that. I've done a lot of volunteer work and things, but does it really make that big of a difference?
A couple of my girls did come out darker, or as dark as me. And initially I was disappointed at first with my oldest, how she came out, because I was like,
You were disappointed? No. That's where we start to get to, that's crazy. They came out the way God wanted them to come out. There's no guarantee that your child will come out if you are a different race, that your child would come out totally, basically looking like the husband or the wife or whoever it is that's Caucasian. No, that's not how that works. Let's continue. They're going to look somewhat like you too. You are the father, you are the mother, you are whatever. Your child is going to also come out somewhat looking like you. Let's continue.
shit,
Being disappointed.
darker, or as dark as me. And initially I was disappointed at first with my oldest,
crazy.
how she came out, because I was like, shit.
Being disappointed with your children and publicly talking about it on social media is probably one of the craziest things that you can do as a parent.
Just like me, she's going to go through whatever. But then I had to learn that, no, it's beautiful. Like, you have to get out of that mindset. Like, when I was a kid, I was told, don't go outside, you'll get too dark, kind of thing. And it was an insecurity of mine. And now it's not. Now I'm actually going out of my way to get spray tans and shit. It's crazy. And I really thank the Kardashians for that. They made the dark hair and olive skin, dark eyes, and just they made that. They brought it. My children came about at the right time, not when I was growing up. So, yeah. And some people say that's self-hating. No, bitch, that's reality. Unless you've lived it, you don't understand. And I guess I'm wondering if anyone else has ever, have felt the same way.
This is horrible. This is a horrible way to see life and a horrible way to think. But our children are the ones that's going to have to deal with her insecurities.
Done the same thing. And on the back end, there's some sacrifice to that. And because they're still in the middle, they're not fully this or not fully that. But in the end, you hope that you put them in a position where it's advantageous to them than it was for you. Because you just kind of have to understand what it is. The silent rules are, what the silent is just,
The ironic part about conservative white men caring about my sex life is that they are pushing white women away from them. White men are so preoccupied with, oh my God, there's going to be a race war, and white women are going to have kids with brown and black people, aka the Great Replacement Theory. But genuinely, the most hilarious part about all of this is that through this behavior, through controlling white women, through literally commenting on every single post and calling me a bunch of different slurs like this, and
That is wrong to be calling it with slurs because of who they choose to talk to. Yeah, that is wrong. Let's continue.
Then asking, why don't you? The part about all of this is that through this behavior, through controlling white women, through literally commenting on every single post and calling me a bunch of different slurs like this, and then asking, why don't you date white men? Motherfucker, that's why. Why do you think I don't date white men? Because a lot of you, especially conservative white men, treat me like fucking garbage. And this is a known thing. White women, we always talk about the fact that when we're on dates with white men,
I remember her. I did reaction videos to her before. Her entire identity is white people are racist, white people are racist, white people are racist, white people are racist. She started off every single video with the same narrative.
we regularly get asked if we slept with a black man. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with this date that we're currently on? It's pure jealousy and rage. Or the fact that white conservative men make fun of leftist and liberal women for being conscientious and aren't good partners. Why would anyone want to marry you when you act like that? And that's the funniest part, is through their actions, they are making this a reality where white men are losing white women. And it's entirely their fault because you treat white women like shit.
I don't suggest anybody, let alone white men, talk to a liberal white woman that is conscientious about whatever it is that she feel like is an issue. Let me know what you guys think. Think inside of the comments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. We're doing some phenomenal things in the Patreon. I love you. I appreciate you. Also, Room 9 and the Millionaire Morning Show is in the description. I love y'all. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments.
People doubted me all the way.
Advertisement.
I was all hyped. They just mad that I'm him and they gotta deal with it. If you don't like it, you can
Can't skip it right this minute. I'm trying to...
I take each opportunity to share what's important to me. Believe it.
Yeah, and then in the end, he had to go there with his politics. But yeah, yeah, I just, this is just, that's crazy. I mean, I've heard about it regarding Filipinos and other people as well too, about trying to spray paint their skin, trying to make them more lighter, specifically choosing white men. You know, even some black women I know that they don't even date black men and never have or never will, or stop dating them, all that. Same thing regarding like Asians. Again, I already spoke about that. But again, you know, people are people, and you should go out with personality along with what you like physically in a person, not based off of their skin color. But let me know what y'all think. I'll have the original video pinned at the top of the chat and in the link in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. If you have any videos that you run across that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post it in my community tab or send it to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. If you have any situations involving police misconduct, injustice, violations of civil rights, involving you, a friend, or a loved one, send that to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Let me know about the civil rights attorneys involved, similar to Ben Crump or Ben Crump himself. Let me know about the activists that are involved as well too, where I can join them in the fight for justice for you or your loved one. If it does involve a friend or a loved one, see if they want to come on the channel, see if they want to speak about their situation involving the police or whoever it involved. If they don't want to come on and speak, you can come on and speak for them as a friend or relative, or you guys can write a statement and then I can pull the public information and then get you guys a statement out there. And, you know, along with working with you guys as activists to fight for justice for you and your loved one or you. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. And make sure you also come follow me over on my professional FB and my professional Instagram. Those will be pinned at the top of the chat and at the top of the link in the description. And make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.